2020 Free Family Art Kits, sponsored by gallupARTS. Today we're going to be making rain sticks and tissue paper flowers, a couple of different versions. Let's get started. Okay, in your Free Family Art Kits, that's going to be handed out the first part of September. We show you what's included in the bag, what you'll have, and what you'll also need. You'll get 20 sheets of tissue paper, a sheet of aluminum foil, a toilet paper roll, a Ziploc baggie with 2 rubber bands, construction paper, pipe cleaners, tissue paper, and beads, a bottle of glue, and a pair of scissors. And then in addition, you'll also need a pencil, which is not included. Okay, let's get started. Take your sheet of aluminum foil, straighten it out, and start rolling. We got the long end next to us, so we're going to start with that, and we're going to start rolling it in, and you do not want to be tidy or neat. You're going to want to just crimp this as you go. Being a little bit messy and definitely noisy. Okay, crunch that down a little bit more. Take your pencil and you're going to wrap the aluminum foil around the pencil. All the way around. Okay, take out your pencil. And you're going to want to make this the same length as your paper towel tube. Okay, you need a little extra crimp because you don't want it to be too fat in there, because you want your beads to flow back and forth. Put that inside of your paper towel and make sure it goes to both ends, and it can stick out just a little bit. Okay, next, take your little Ziploc bag and take out your construction paper, and most importantly for this project is the 2 rubber bands. Okay, we're going to make caps for the end of the paper towel tube. So just think of this as a square. Okay, well, that's more of a rectangle, but it'll work. Okay, take your paper towel roll and trace around the edges. Okay, let's do both of them while we're here. Set that aside, and then we're going to just make some little rays outside of this. That's where we're going to be cutting. It's more of a guide than a have-to, just to give you an idea of where you need to go. And then go all the way around the edges. Don't go into the circle, because this is a cap for the end of the paper towel rolls. Let's go ahead and do the other one. Okay, now get your glue out and cover. Do not go in the circle, go all the way around the edges to the points. Okay. Put this on the end, and we're going to cover the top. This takes a little bit of patience to hold the paper down, but then this is also where your rubber bands are going to come in. And adults, this is probably where you'll have to help the smaller kids. Help them get that on, okay? Well, that went easy. I expected that to be hard. Okay, take out your beads. Let's go ahead and take out your 3 pieces of tissue paper. You're going to need those in just a moment. Take out your beads, whoops, and put them inside your tube. That's a whopper. Let's get them down there, isn't it? Before we proceed adding on the second cap, this is your opportunity to see how the tube sounds. Put your hand over the open end and just kind of tilt it back and forth. And if it's not noisy enough for you, you can add some dry beans some rice, some small pebbles. Just add some stuff until you like the sound of it. And you can just keep experimenting with it. We've just put in some wooden and plastic beads, but I think you can make it sound better if you search around the house. You can even use like really small pebbles. Okay, we're going to add on the second cap. Okay, we're going to put some glue on here. Okay, and then just like you did with the first one, just hold it down for a second. And then get your second rubber band. And put on there. And again, adults, this is where you may have to help them out a little bit. And you still have to hold it down, even though the rubber band's doing most of the job. Okay, let's see what this end looks like. Yep. Okay. Now, the 3 sheets of tissue paper that came in your little Ziploc bag, we're going to cut this into strips. You can be neat, messy. You don't even have to use these. You can use markers, crayons. You can glue on buttons, sequins, glitter, whatever you have at home. I want you to use your creativity. And kids, when you're done with this, get your parents to help you post this on Facebook and YouTube. We want to see your pictures. Instagram. You guys know more about that stuff than I do. You know how it works. But we want to see what you make. I want to see how creative you can be. Okay? We're just doing the simplest version here with tissue paper. And it's kind of fun because it's messy. But you guys, I mean, you can just go any way you want with this. Okay, we are going to start with a bunch of glue. Okay, and you start layering on your tissue paper. And I'm not going to finish this whole project, I'm just going to show you how to get started. Okay, add more glue and get up under the edges of that first batch. Roll it on there. Like I said, this is pretty messy. Okay. Let's put that on there. Go under there and glue down those edges. Okay, you might have to work with this or do a little bit and then come back to it until it's just like you want it. Okay. But as you can see, it's going to be kind of fun when you're all done with it. Okay, we're going to set this aside. This is the one I made earlier, and I hadn't quite finished it either, but I put a lot of strips on it. So this is our rain stick that we're making today. But I want to show you the masterpiece of all rain sticks. This was made by our assistant, Miss Tasha. Wave at everybody, Tasha. This is an awesome rain stick. Can you hear that? She's put clouds, lightning, flames at the other end. She has put string around it. She's used some tissue paper, sequins, construction paper, but you can see the clouds and you can hear how awesome this sounds. I think she used beads, rice, beans. She put some trash in here too, because with the bigger sticks, a little bit of extra trash helps slow the sound down. Okay, I just wanted to show you that one because it is absolutely awesome. And then I made this one. This is done all with tissue paper. This is what we're trying to achieve here today. And I just took my time. I put string around it. I hung buttons from it. And I think this is mostly beans and rice. And I think there's some beads also. And we used a wrapping paper tube to make this one. So my challenge to all of you is show us your pictures. I want to see how creative you can get. This is just a start. Thank you for joining us. We'll go on to our next project.